Alright, ya magnificent bastards! Gather around, grab a pint, and brace yourself. Because today, we're diving into a crossover so horrifying, it makes Order 66 look like a pub brawl. We're asking, could the Hutts, yes, those slimy slug-like gangsters from Star Wars, survive a Tyranid invasion? Now, I can already hear you giggling. The Hutts survive the fucking Tyranids? And you're absolutely right to laugh. This one's gonna be a goddamn feeding frenzy. Originally, I thought about flinging the Hutts into 40k. But, let's be honest, they last about as long as a red shirt in Star Trek. So instead, I said, screw it. Let's bring the Tyranids to them. Let's invade the Star Wars galaxy. Hutt space first, and see how long these greedy bastards can hold out when the galaxy's most horrifying locust swarm comes a-knockin'. But before we begin, a massive thank you to every single one of you glorious bastards who helped me hit 500 subscribers. I started this channel with just a mic, some madness, and too much whiskey. And now we're here, halfway to 1,000 subscribers. You're absolute legends, and I couldn't have done it without you. To celebrate, I've launched my 500 subscriber special, The Grimdark Pub, a lore comedy show filled with chaos, heresy, and everything you've come to love from this channel. So, if you haven't already, go check it the fuck out. After you've watched this, you'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll probably question your sanity. Now then, smash that like button, hit motherfucking subscribe, and click the goddamn bell. We are now crawling our way to the big 1k. And when we get there, of course, I've got another special video for all you legends. Now, sit back, relax, grab a dram, and let's dive in. For those of you lucky enough to have avoided them, the Hutts are Star Wars' answer to crime syndicates, only fatter, slimier, and somehow more smug. Picture Jabba the Hutt, then realize there's thousands of those gelatinous gangsters all running a galaxy-wide criminal cartel from the comfort of their slimy fucking palaces. Their homeworld, Nal Hutta, is a glorious swamp of filth, corruption, and terrible city planning. The Hutts rule through fear, credits, and their armies of mercenaries, bounty hunters, and droid enforcers, and whatever poor soul they bribed into serving them. They're not warriors, they don't fight their own battles. They buy people who do, but make no mistake, they're powerful. Their influence stretches across the star systems, and not even the Republic wants to start a war with them. Now, if you've not had the misfortune of meeting them, the Tyranids are 40k's answer to what happens when evolution gets drunk and decides to make murder bugs the size of bloody skyscrapers. They're a galaxy-spanning hive mind that eats everything. Planets, people, infrastructure, biomass. It all goes into the cosmic blender to be reabsorbed and spat back out as a new horror. Every Tyranid fleet is a living ecosystem of murder, spores, flying horrors, acid-spitting dragons, psychic monsters, underground tunnelers. The works. They don't negotiate, they don't leave survivors, they land, consume everything, and move on, like your ex at an open bar. And we're dropping them straight into Hutt space. Picture this, the Outer Rim, Hutt-controlled space. Crime is booming, the spice is flowing. Jabba's third cousin is neck-deep in Twi'lek slaves and gambling debts. Life is good. Disgusting, but good. And then it happens. At the edge of known space, a tendril of Hive Fleet Behemoth arrives. These aren't the sneaking infiltration types. No, Behemoth is a full frontal assault, the bug equivalent of kicking your front door down and devouring your nan. The first colonies go silent. Then, trade ships vanish. Hutt scouts are sent out. A few bounty hunters some old warships, maybe a droid fleet. They don't come back. Instead, the Hutt get grimy footage of planets covered in alien biomass. Forests turn into living hives. Swarms of gargoyles devouring cities like locusts on meth. The Hutts panic. They send fleets, mercenaries, bribes, threats. All useless. The Tyranids don't care. They can't be bribed. Now, the swarm reaches Hutt itself, the crowning jewel of the Hutt cartel. A planet of filth, violence, and excess. You'd think the swampy territory would slow the bugs down. Nah, they love that shit. The Tyranids don't just land, they rain down in mycelia spores, crashing into palaces, marketplaces, and spice dens. Within hours, the skies are black, and the surface is a war zone. Carnifexes barrel through Hutt war machines. Hive tyrants lead psychic assaults, frying the minds of every poor sod that tries to resist. The Hutt mercenaries, torn apart, dismembered and absorbed. Jabba's cousin, eaten. Jabba's cousin's palace, digested. Now Hutta, gone. Not just conquered, but erased. What's left of the Hutts tries to flee. Some make it, most don't. The Tyranids have a Kraken-like battleship waiting in orbit, spewing spore mines and boarding pods. Entire Hutt fleets get swallowed whole, quite literally. The rest of the galaxy burns. You think someone might step in. The Republic, the Jedi, the Sith. But by the time they realize what's happening, it's already too late. Coruscant gets the news. Hive mind aliens devouring the Outer Rim. And the Senate, they argue for 3 bloody weeks over trade routes and whether or not it's legal to send Jedi into Hutt space. Bureaucracy, baby! Meanwhile, the Tyranids push deeper. They hit Buffoe. They hit Mandalore. The bugs like Mandalore. All that delicious biomass wrapped in tough, tasty armor. The Jedi scramble. Clones are deployed, but they've never seen anything like this. You shoot one bug and 10 more pop up. You blow up a spore tower. They grow a new bloody one in 2 hours. You think you're winning? Then a termagant bursts out from the ground and swallows your command center whole. The Sith. Sidious is furious. This isn't part of his master plan. He was going to become emperor, not desert. Even Darth Maul takes one look at the Tyranid swarm and nopes the hell out of there. Eventually, the Tyranids reach Coruscant, the Republic's last stand. Every Jedi, every clone, every blaster pointed at the sky. And it's not enough. The battle lasts days. The city planet burns. The Jedi temple falls. The Senate collapses. The clone army overrun. Yoda probably halfway through a heroic speech when a Morlock swallows the platform he's on whole. And the Hutts extinct, absorbed into the hive mind. All their DNA, all their technology, all their greed, recycled into something new. Slimier, meaner. So, could the Hutts survive a Tyranid invasion? Absolutely fucking not. They don't stand a chance. Their fleets, their spice, their palaces, gone. Devoured, assimilated. They're not even a speed bump. They're just a starter course. And the rest of the galaxy? Cooked. Maybe the Chiss hold out in some remote corner. Maybe the Rakarta wake up, slap the bugs around, and go back to bed. But for everyone else, it's over. Welcome to the Great Devouring. So there ya have it. The Hutts are dead, the galaxy's on fire, and the Tyranids, well, they're still bloody hungry. Now, let me know in the comments below, who should I throw at the bugs next? Could the Empire hold the line? Could the Jedi rebuild? Or should we just all accept that if a hive mind shows up, we're all just protein powder? Now, like, subscribe, and hit the motherfucking bell, and share this madness with a good friend. And remember, I warned ya, the Hutts were already boned before the bugs even landed. Now, have a killing day, you bloody legends, and I'll see ya in the next one.